here we are.
We've come a long way up. A really long way. That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it.
We're on the up and up.
On the grind set. On the mindset. Episode 5.
Quick dine set.
Come on.
Silverware. Speaking of ware, I'd like to start this episode out by shouting out my grandmother, Mimi, for supplying me with the shirt that I am wearing tonight.
It is a very nice shirt.
It's blue. Yours is white.
It is white. Did Mimi get you the shirt because she knew we were on episode 5 of Microwave Moments? Bro, you got that cue on point! I'm so proud of you. Did she get you the shirt for any particular reason?
Not that I know of. Mimi, if you can figure out how to comment out down below why you got me this shirt.
Figure out how to comment. He'll help you comment down below. It is a very nice shirt. I'm a big fan. Get me a shirt just like it. I wear 2XL to 3XL sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
No, that's all right. Speaking of XL, that's a shirt that'll cover you. And with covers, books need those. Today, we are discussing books.
Yes. My top 5 and Billy's top 5 books of all time.
That makes 10.
Yes, that does make 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. This is still a top 10 video. Shut up. I'm tired of hearing about it. It is still a top 10 list. So what we did was we just said, hey, what are our top 10 books of all times? And Bailey, I know you wanted to discuss your choosing process.
This is true. My interest in like material things like movies, video games, and stuff does evolve a lot, like year to year. Video games less so because I've been playing less.
Okay.
But for books, I'm always like rereading things and just like trying to find new stuff. And to simplify this task for myself, I stayed to fiction only.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. I did the same.
Okay.
I think it was an accident. It was an accident for me, but no, that's not true. One of them was nonfiction.
Okay.
But I was like a kid in a candy store. I love talking about books. Books. I feel like people don't read enough. No. So when we had discussed that we were doing books, my top 5, top 10 books are something that I talk about on the regular anyways. And I'm just so excited. Let's get into it. But before we do, it's time for a little sip.
Sip?
A little sip action.
A little sip and read? I thought that was Prime.
Bro, I would never get us Prime. And it's nothing against you, Mr. Paul. But I just think, I don't know. I feel like it's overplayed. What's this called, Bailey?
Hoist.
What?
The moist drink.
The flip is this drink. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Would you prefer strawberry lemonade or peach mango?
Those are 2 really good flavors. I will take this because it's in front of me.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's do a little action.
I was a little faster than you there. Doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Oh. I will never be drinking this again. This is my least favorite thing I've ever had in my entire life. How can I describe it to you guys? Propel but thick? Why is it so viscous?
It's like really, it like coats your mouth.
Yeah.
In a weirdness.
Let's lock this off. I will be obviously sipping on it during the episode.
I'll be sipping most of it, if not all of it.
I can't control myself. It does have flavor, so. Anyways, let's get a little flip action going for deciding who goes first. And you know what? I want you to flip the coin because I have yet to go first, and I feel like it's just a luck thing for the person who flips it.
Definitely.
So,
all right.
Flip,
you want to call it? I'm going to
it.
do the thing where like I flip it onto the top.
Yeah. All right. Heads. Oh.
We're gonna redo that. What'd you say?
Heads. Tails. Ooh!
A first time for everything. This is a wonderful day.
Yippee!
We'll have a different order of episoding. The things will feel slightly different. Don't get discombobulated. We're both us. Speaking of us, I'm Bailey. Wait, you go first, actually.
Oh, yeah, because I do get to go first. Well, you already said your name. Okay. My name is Dante, the beloved.
And I'm Bailey, the bookman.
The bookman! Way to stay topical. I appreciate it. Let's just jump right in.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I have an honorable mention. We're going to put these close to the screen. There you guys can see them that well. This is called There's a Frog in My Throat. Have you ever heard of this book?
I have not.
This book is page after page, and I'll get some pictures for the screen, but it's just pages of like this is dogs, and it's just dog puns, not puns, idioms. So, let's see. For instance, we have farm-based, woods-based.
Let's give a couple to the audience.
Okay.
Yeah. Say.
Just say when.
Now.
There's a giant hen on this page. We'll of course take a picture of this and put it on the screen for you to see.
I've never heard as scarce as hen's teeth, by the way.
Really? Well, hens don't have teeth. That's why they say it. As scarce as hen's teeth.
I've also never heard as mad as a wet hen.
Which just means that you're furious.
Because chickens don't like to be wet.
Used to steal books from my elementary school library, and this is one of the ones I stole. It was just so appealing to me and my brothers. Just like going through and like learning different
sayings.
Yeah, my favorite page.
There is a wild apple and a wild slug, and we will be sharing those.
I had purchased a copy, in my adult life for Abigail to see. My favorite page is the dogs page. Where's it at? Come on. This one. That dog won't hunt was my favorite idiom growing up. It is idiom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is my honorable mention. Bailey, do you have any honorable mentions you wish to share?
I have a quick list of books that have changed the path of my life that I will be reading off. They have in common that they've changed the path for better. The Bible.
Okay.
Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching. The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. Mm-hmm. This one I will give a background to. Lies My Teacher Told Me, which is a book that in second grade when we learned about Christopher Columbus, I went home and I must have mentioned him. My father was lucky enough to be honest with me and tell me about who this Cristobal Colombo and what he was really like and what he did. And so I got Lies My Teacher Told Me, and I became a menace for the next few years of elementary school.
I bet, bro. I bet you were. Teachers hated you, bro. I bet teachers hated you.
Following that, we have Howard Zinn's People of the United States.
You're probably like one of those, actually.
Sorry. I was too anxious to raise my hand. If I was called on, I shut down.
Okay, go on.
But then quick, then there's like, and this is also, I didn't do any series or trilogies or anything because I was overwhelmed by the prospect. So I'm not going to list all the series and stuff that I didn't include. I'm just going to name some authors. I have Oliver Sacks, Malcolm Gladwell, Jorge Luis Borges, and that's everything. There was so much that I wish I could just include everything, but alas, here we are with 5. And I'm happy for it to be 5.
All right. That was a great list of honorable mentions. I feel very unprepared.
What is your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be... I believe it's my only non-fiction book. A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. Have you ever read?
No.
A book in general? You've never read a book in general?
No.
A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson? Okay. You would know by looking at me.
Do we mind? Could I look at the back and the cover while you talk about it?
You wouldn't know by looking at me. I'm a huge hiker. I love hiking. Bill Bryson, this author, decides, hey, I'm going to do the whole Appalachian Trail. And then he was like, that's a lot. If you guys don't know, the Appalachian Trail starts down in, I believe, Georgia and goes all the way up to Maine. It's huge. We have people who do it all in one go, called through hikers, and people do it in piecemeal here and there. I forget what they're called. But he talks about his journey as an out of shape, middle-aged white guy doing the AT Trail with his very out-of-shape friend, Katz. Very entertaining. It gives a ton of backstory about the Appalachian Trail. He teaches you so much. He even teaches you so much about bears. But we understand like his prep, his journey, and the finish of his attempt. So, it is just a great book.
Very cool.
I think Abigail has read it. She said it wasn't as good for her as it was for me. But this is a book that I give to people when they say they don't really have anything going in their life. I'm like, you should hike. And here's a book about hiking.
That's a good one. It reminds me, there's like Henry David Thoreau has a book, and one of the essays is on walking, and I feel like they have some, I bet they're pretty similar in the feel. Like,
what is the name of the essay? I don't want to say A Walk in the Woods, because that's...
It's very, it's something like that. I just learned about this really old lady, and she was the first official person to hike the whole trail. I think it was end of the 1800s, early 1900s. But she had just told her like family one day. She was like, "I'm out of here. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back." And she was gone for like a while.
He talks about both Henry David Thoreau and that old lady.
In the book?
In the
Look
book.
at that. Crossover.
He talked about how in Henry David Thoreau's, I want to say it was a poem or short story about him walking in the woods.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know what he was on about, saying like, oh, it's a relaxing thing, get a little wine and cheese, because that is not what the backcountry is about at all. Henry David Thoreau was chatting shit. So, yeah, that is my number 5. How about you?
My number 5? It seems that I have stacked them in the wrong order, so I will go receive it really quickly. My first chapter book, Tale of Despero.
Oh, come on, bro! That's a fire book. I just want to hold it.
Yes, there is
Story.
My parents, I was like, they loved reading to me, and there were so many books that I would get read to, like Big Friendly Giant, and like a lot of actually Roald Dahl. Now that I think about it, shout out to my dad. George's Marvelous Medicine. My mom read me The Enormous Egg a couple times, where there was this boy, and he got an egg, and the rooster, the Hess hen, turned out it was a Triceratops.
Okay.
And it was like actually pretty wild because it would play a movie today. I should see if it's a movie. But speaking of movies, this became a great movie, weird art style, but like in a good way.
Yes, weird art style.
It was but it's magnificent. It's an adventure, and it's about the little guy, quite literally. And it was like my first book that I read on my own. I think this is the actual copy that I read.
Yeah, bro. It felt like it felt in my hands as a kid, though. I was like, oh my gosh, it all came back
magical.
2 things. First off, the book is about the little guy, and the A plot and C plot directly parallel each other about being about the little guy. I always have 3 things. There's a great magic card based on Tale of Despero. I love it.
What's it called?
I don't know. It makes a token fleet-footed swordsman or something like that.
Oh, cool.
It's the mouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And last thing, the only time I got in-school suspension, I read that book start to finish. So
confinement will do that to you. It'll make you find glorious things.
I was already a big reader, but they were like, you have to sit on this bench and you have to read. And I was like, swear? Okay. Oh, no. Oh, that was right before Christmas, though. I got my ass whooped that night. So anyways, Tale of Despero. Fond and negative memories for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's filled with nostalgia for me, and that can be a bittersweet thing. But that's why it's my number 5. It's always been there.
Nice, bro. I'm really glad to see that book.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about it. Wouldn't make my top 5, but definitely like in my top 100. On number 4. It's going to go to The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Cormac McCarthy is best known for his work, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the book or watched the movie?
No, I've read other I've read like Blood Meridian and All the Pretty Horses, but I've looked into getting. They're like they can get expensive.
They can.
The copies of his
books. He is a great writer. I was thinking that we both exchange a book after this episode and dedicate some time reading the other person's book. I think this would be the book.
This might be my choice because it's in my eBay cart right now, and I will not have to buy it.
First thing I want to mention is this book is definitely not for everyone, but I think reading it will reframe the way you read books. So, most stories are told either in a first-person perspective or a third-person perspective. First person being you're living and experiencing it with the primary characters. Third person being that you have a certain omniscience that goes about it. This book is written entirely in second person, start to finish, cover to cover. Besides the last chapter. I've never experienced anything in second person before, like truly for an extended period of time, and at first it frustrated me. But there is a phrase from the book that really stuck with me, and it is about carrying the torch.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it.
I was going to say, I will have to keep my eye out for that. Very cool. Good choice.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to see it.
It's about a boy and his dad in post-apocalyptic world, and just trying to do the right thing to survive.
Someone had just made a graphic novel of it, which it's very it's like a dark and gritty look to it. So
I will definitely check that out.
I was gonna
This book
recommend
seriously means a lot to me. But yeah, that is my number 4.
All right. His number 4. My number 4. My number 4 is Piranesi by Susanna Clark.
I've never heard of this book before.
It's very, very good. And I would like to flex to you that this is much cooler than this.
Yeah, I don't know what they're on about with that. This is... I don't want to, spread the spine all the way out, but, I'm going to do it anyways. We'll take a picture of this.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
For some background into the name of the title of the book, Piranesi was an Italian illustrator, architect, and he designed all these surreal, maze-like landscapes and buildings. The stairs that move weird. He played some part in that, and that was the inspiration for this. And it follows this teenager person, and they live in this labyrinth. And they live alone. There's no one around. It's very confusing. It's almost journal-like. We live in this person's world, but without getting into spoilers, slowly this world starts to there's a weird dissolving thing. Things start to change, and we realize that there's something amok.
Thirsty.
But sorry that you didn't.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna satiate my thirst. It's like drinking medicine, guys. I'm not even lying to you.
Yes. Pyrenees.
I'm gonna go home tonight and be like, Abigail, this drink is so good. Try it. She's gonna take a sip. She's gonna be mad at me tonight. And when you watch this, babe, it's because Bailey told me to do it.
I did. I whispered it just now.
We were talking about Piranesi. Am I saying that right? Piranesi?
Yeah.
When you were talking about Piranesi, it was in subtext. That was what was melting away. The labyrinth of my mind.
And one more thing on this. I will shout out my professor, Mr. Spolum here, is who recommended this to me. And I'm very thankful because it quickly shot up after a couple reads. Because it's one of those ones that really rewards reading again. So yeah.
Nice, man.
That's what I have to say.
I think it's time for my number 3, right?
Yeah.
Where's my cow? Terry, I'm going to butcher his last name, Pratchett. First, shout out to Robert Pavlik. That's his full government name. Rob has been a good friend of me ever since I went to A-Town, and he had recommended this book to me. Terry Pratchett writes, I want to say imagine Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Yeah.
but an expanded, fully fleshed out universe. And Terry Pratchett has books upon books, like real chapter books. This is from that same universe,
Yeah.
but it's a children's book. I will be having Bailey display a few of my favorite pages. Actually, I'll flip through it. When I have kids, little Jermaine and little Adeline, Abigail, this is the storybook that I'll be reading to them and making the noises. Because the book is about a dad and his kid doing bedtime stories. And he's reading a book in the book. And there's actually this book in the book, a picture of him reading it. And he's doing the noises. And the story starts off rather innocent. And it just gets wild. I seriously love this book so much. Rob, thank you. I would have never even thought to pick up this book. As you see, man, it's such a good story.
I'm going to have to, after we're done recording this episode, I will be showing Dante a few very cool children's books that I have upstairs.
I don't even know if this is technically a children's book. Because things happen in the story, they're I don't know. She's talking to kids about that. It's not vulgar, but it's just more about the long-term implication about it. But Where's My Cow? Great story. It has encouraged me to look into Terry Pratchett's other books and extended universe story. It is a lot, though. It is a lot. And I'm worried that I'm going to get sucked in, and I just have so much on my reading list right now. So
That is like book lists, like wish lists, and wanting to read next is very hard. I was going like 4 years ago, almost by now. I was like, I'm going to read all of my fiction books from A to Z. I got done at like C, and I was like, dang, I want to read something all the way down here. So I mean, that's like I'm still reading, but there's definitely like I think at least a dozen books that I've bought that I haven't read yet, just because I knew that I was gonna like them, and I just haven't got there.
My bookshelf at home is I went into the math, only 47% read.
Yeah, I mean, and that's definitely like this pile of books behind us. It's mostly nonfiction. It's about half. It's rough.
Yeah,
because a lot of them like you just want to these I want to skim through, but books are cool, very cool collectible.
Yeah,
and the more you use them, the more like I have a story quick. I read this book. My dad was lending me books at the time from what he had, and the one was the Diary of David Sierrakoviak. So this book, I was reading it, and the laminate started to peel as I was reading it, and it slowly like peeled more and more, and I felt so bad that I messed up my dad's book that I hid it for a while, and I was like, I'm still reading it. And I had it for about a month after I was done, until I was like, Dad, I broke your book. And he sat me down. This is one of my core memories. Is like, that just means that you like you really loved it. Like it's been like that's what it's for. It's to be read. It's to be enjoyed. So that made my year when that happened.
That is a great core memory. I didn't even drink the water on that last open, by the way.
You could lick it off the table right now.
It touched my tongue. I was like, this is too gross.
Are we on my number 3?
Yes, we are.
Number 3 over here is The Life of Pi. This is also one of my favorite covers.
Nice.
I love this cover.
Hold on, careful. Water.
Oh, that's right, on that side.
It's a lot of water, bro. And it's sticky.
I actually, in prep, I Googled all of these books just to like find out any fun facts about them. Most of them I didn't find anything, but I found out that there was some serious controversy about this book because the plot of a boy being trapped with a big cat has been done before, and so it was under fire for plagiarism, and then there's lots of other stuff. But he denied it, and I believe him, and because I love it, and it has so many great like pool quotes. Like it has so much. There are so many great lessons, and the story itself, and the characters, and it's a story that you read, and it gives you two paths the whole novel, and at the end of it, you pick what path to go down, and it flows well. And the movie is one of my favorite movie adaptations of all time. I do really enjoy that. Life of Pi.
I read the book, never watched the movie. So
we should watch the movie sometime.
Yeah. I also was aware of the controversy about Life of Pi, and I think because of that, I was like, okay, I just locked it off. It's whatever. Yeah, but I thought it was a good read.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't take it as seriously as I took, like, Kite Runner.
That was one that's funny, because that was one that I read, but it was just because I knew I had to read it, and then it didn't, like, just the timing, like, it didn't, like, I love it, it's a great book, but I didn't take it as seriously as I took this book.
Kite Runner didn't hit when you first read it.
No, it was good. I mean, it was about 10 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
Side tangent. Kite Runner is not in my top 5. It is in my top 10. Kite Runner devastated me as a child. Not as a child. I read it for the first time 2 years ago.
Okay.
I read it on a trip to Buffalo. So I was reading it in airports, and I was just like, oh my.
You got hit on the airport.
Bro. It's a great book. Not a book for everyone. No. But I think everybody should read it at the same time. Like, I had recommended the book to my mom, but my mom was a victim of SA, and that is something that happens in the book. And it's like, reading it can be very painful. Yeah. So, but Life of Pi and Kite Runner, I don't know why I put them in the same category. I think because they're true retellings of a story. And
they came out similar times. There was like a feel. Like,
yeah.
And we're back.
Yep, we're back. just to leave you again because
It's time
to gamble.
to gamble.
To gamble. We
Gambling.
love gambling. I love gambling more than I love books. I love to gamble. We are back. Like I said.
Here we are.
I love to gamble.
It's great.
Gambling's fantastic.
Only do it if you have control of yourself, which we do not.
I have no control. Somebody send me the gambling hotline. Look at yourself. It's okay. Look at yourself. It's okay. Okay. I'll pull the lever.
That one seemed close.
How do we do? Oh. But look, it did diagonal, but doesn't count.
No, apparently not in this one.
Alright, well.
We tried.
Womp womp.
We lost again. But we stay winning.
A bunch of bottom boy losers over here. You know what I have in my phone calendar for like years out? When we do the gambling live stream. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember that from episode 1.
2028 or something?
Yeah, it's in my phone calendar. I will be holding you up on that. It's time to talk about my number 2 book. Jurassic Park. Have you ever read this book?
Is that the guy from Fortnite?
I'll let you hold on to that.
I have read this and The Lost World, and I own his book called Prey, but I have not read it. Just to give you some preface.
I have not read Prey either. Before I start talking about it, what do you think about the book?
The book is great. I love this. I like dinosaurs, and I also like this a lot. The movie's cool, but I like this more. So
I had fallen off of reading. I'm not gonna lie. I was like super passionate about it when I was a little kid, and then like through college, and then I was like, yeah, it's okay. Abigail was like, have you ever read... She asked me if I ever watched the movie, and I said no. I not watched the movie either. And she asked me if I ever read the book, and I also said no. This is one of those books where you just cannot put it down. You might have already watched the movie, and you're like, Dante, I know what happens. There's a reason why this is my number 2 book of all time, and I think it will be for the rest of my life. The descriptors that he uses is as if I had watched the movie without watching the movie.
yeah.
Phenomenal story. Everybody knows the story. Phenomenal story. But this book, it is written so well. After I finished reading it, I was like, dang, another book will not hit like that for a long time. And it didn't. The next book that hit like that was like 2 years later, and it was The Kite Runner.
Okay.
This story is written so well. I don't even really rock with dinosaurs like that. I wasn't a dinosaur kid. This guy. He put his whole pen in this page.
I also have to shout out, it's like, sorry, design-wise, like, that is like one of the most recognizable, like, symbols
Yeah.
for, like, a book, like, ever. Like, it's everywhere.
Yes.
And
Magic
it's
the
funny 'cause-
Gathering, Fortnite.
Yep. eBay. Shout out for the second time. I might use eBay sometimes.
Okay. Isn't eBay owned by like Amazon nowadays or something? Actually, I don't know if that's true. That's probably false. That's fake news. Ignore that.
Propaganda.
Ignore that. I ignore that. Take a proper gander. Anyways, this book is amazing. Please read it. Please read it. This is the one book that everybody should read. Everybody.
It's great. It's great sci-fi and just a book in general.
I'm glad to hear you read it
Classic
already.
level. Yeah.
Because like above the road, I was like, ooh, this is a story. This is a story. Yeah, I know you already know the story, but please read the book. Please. Actually, first person down below in the comments that says they have not read this book, I will ship you a copy. I promise you. That's how passionate I am about this book. I really will. Anyways. I think Andrew held on to my copy of this for far too long. I don't even think he read it. Anyways, Andrew Burnjar, you know who you are.
Soaked it in.
You know who you are.
Number 2 over here. Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. This book was one that I read too young, and I didn't get it at first because it tackles very heavy themes. The writing is very poetic, and what happens throughout and at the end. Oh, I have notes in there?
You have an assignment. 713.
I
at summer school, bro?
No, I get it. No, because I forgave myself an assignment. That's crazy.
Okay. Bailey would like to say
Let's talk about my notes first. What do my notes say? for reading. I wrote, what happened to each character by the end of the story, and what is tragedy? Were my discussion questions I gave myself, which are... I read this in, what is it, 6th to 7th grade? How old am I? Oh, they're 12? Anyway, the reread was very rewarding. It follows a warrior named Okonkwo. Okonkwo? I'll have to double check the pronunciation on that. But it is a man living in a village in Nigeria, and he fights like he's a wrestler, and his father was like a nobody, like a blah kind of person, and he like carries his weight and brings things up. We realize very quickly that our main character is maybe not the best person, and he has flaws, and he is trapped in tradition as to honor his way of life, and go against his father, because his father was not someone that honored tradition that well. And so the times were changing, and he held on to this piece of his life for a while. And it's a really great book, and it's always on my mind. I think about it a lot.
Vinland Saga type shit. I have not read this book, and I think of so far, I'm obviously going for number one. This is the one I think I'm most interested in reading. It was Piranesi.
Yeah.
I actually was Tail Desperate, but I read that to death, so I'm not doing that. It was Piranesi. I think this might be the one for me. The cover incredible. Is striking.
Yeah.
Cover is striking.
What if I told you that the original is also just it got some good. I'll pop up the original too. It's impactful. There's lots of symbolism in there that if you don't know about the culture, like when I was reading the first time, there are all these symbols that I didn't pick up as I didn't understand, or I didn't know what they meant. And yeah, it's something that you have to look into a little bit, but once you know, it's beautiful. Tragically so, but haunting, beautiful. That kind of thing.
I cannot wait to read that book.
Yeah. And I've noticed that I might have a length of book that I like.
Oh, okay.
I might reading this length of book.
Me too, bro. You see these two little books right here? Me too. I don't want my number one. And I just want to say, although I was excited to go first for this episode, I actually would have preferred if I went last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I could have made a little coy joke. Because then we came to the end.
I've never heard of this.
I know. I know.
Joshua Ferris.
Then We Came to the End by Joshua Ferris is a boring book. I first read it when I was a senior in high school, and I was like, they're just chatting shit. To work a 9 to 5 in a corporate world, not that I really do, is boring. It's not meant to be exciting. It's not meant to be novel. Day in, day out, you start to only appreciate the little spikes in the mundane nature, the mediocrity. And then we came to the end. This is a story right before the 08 housing crisis. So, everything was going great. Economy was going fantastic. And then this story happens. Market crisis happens. And they're kind of going through. And it's about people who work at a marketing firm as they go through layoffs. You get to learn from a third person point of view the story of, I think it's about 12 unique individuals. And you really start to care about their lives. From the little girl who tragically passed, and how the mom handles it, and how the office supports her / ostracizes her for it, through a man who goes crazy because he's fallen out of love with life and his wife, from someone who has to go through the struggles and the scares of breast cancer. This story really tackles it all. And I think as you get older, as I've gotten older at least, I've appreciated this book year after year more and more. I didn't care about it when I was a kid when I picked it up. I saw one of the top 10 best books of the year, and I was like, they're just chatting shit, bro. They just write anything on covers. and then I read it, and then I just keep learning about these people's lives, and then I came to the end. And at the end, they talk about how there's only a couple of the original office workers and everyone else have been cycled through. And then, like, I work at my company, like, on a day in, day out, and it's not corporate level, but it is to a similar vein. And the less faces I recognize who are replaced by new faces, I'm just kind of like, maybe little kid Dante should have taken this book more seriously.
I can see that. On a side note, I like how it feels. I can tell that, like, when you were younger, you picked this up, and it probably looked like things that you were reading.
Yes. The book was like, ooh, it really drew me in.
Oh, I could do some. There's some note writing on the top for maybe like doing like writing a paper. So we should probably like do like the graphite thing.
We should.
And find out what you wrote on top of this book.
I actually ended up writing a paper, not because I had to, but I wrote a paper on this book. It was a segment of a video that I still have yet to put out. But I think as you age, as you get older, this is one of those essential reads. It doesn't teach you how to cope. It doesn't teach you how to deal with battles, but everyone that is around you and you sort of experience that sense of sonder, you know, what is going on with their life? Why are they the way that they are? It's good to express empathy and to learn empathy, especially by reading stories like this.
Well said.
Thank you.
All right.
What is your number one?
My number one is Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Nice.
Yeah.
First off, I would like to talk about the cover.
Yeah. It is a Penguin cloth-bound classic. It has jellyfish on it.
It's very cool.
Does it glow in the dark? No.
It looks like it glows in the dark, really. I don't know.
I love this book so much. It is also one of the only books I have that's your size books.
Size does not matter. It's all about the motion of the ocean.
Ocean?
Yeah, come on, bro. Come on. Come on.
Enough. I will discuss this for a while. Starting with Jules Verne as an author, he was for the time he was writing about topics in sci-fi and coming up with solutions and ideas to things that weren't even things that he did Around the World in 88 Days with a hot air balloon, the book, and then he did Around the Moon and on the moon and back, and Journey to the Center of the Earth. He tackled these concepts, and he did so well, but nothing even comes close for me story-wise is this book. It is about the unknown, it is about the unobtainable, and it is about finding something more than yourself in life. Just the title, not a place. You can't go 20,000 leagues under the sea. And
hold on. You can't go 20,000 leagues under the sea. Don't chat about my life again. Name out your mouth.
Well, the synopsis is that there's a man who ends up adrift, literally and figuratively, and then a man named Captain Nemo takes him onto his Nautilus ship, which is his submarine, and then pretty much shows him the world in a completely new way. It goes over all these fantastical elements like Atlantis and like the Mother Pearl and all these things that we've heard of before. But it's just, it tackles life and love, getting over things. It's connected with me in all the ways that book, character-wise and story-wise, and it's just magical. And it's nothing fantasy about it, but it brings you to this world that you can't imagine. His ship is like a museum of artifacts and things that he's seen and collected and done. And so Captain Nemo, who becomes this figure that you don't know, you can't quite put a pin on him. You start to follow. You are seeing this man's life and what he's gone through and what he's going to do. through this pair of eyes that becomes less important than the world around him. And that's my gist.
I can't wait till we talk about our favorite TV shows of all time. I'm about to talk about Futurama for a second.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Futurama?
Yes.
Spoiler alert. They had a season in Futurama that was just movies. And I could not have been bothered. I was like, give me my short form content, guys. I could not be bothered. Anyways, do you remember one of the episodes? It was about...
Like Over the Wild Green Yonder, there's a few.
You know the names of them.
Yeah.
Interesting. Shout out to John Randazzo. He loves Futurama. Also, happy birthday, John. Your birthday is today when we're recording. You won't see this episode for months, so. There is a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea reference for most of this episode. And it's about Fry, the main character of Futurama, from the past, aging, living life, falling in love with a narwhal, I think it is. You remember this episode?
See, now I'm not remembering.
Okay. And he ends up freezing himself later than the original Fry did, and then going to the future and falling in love with Leela.
I think that is the movie that I mentioned. I think that's the same one, but I just can't. I might have to rewatch it because I can't remember.
So there's that. And then have you ever played BioShock?
Yes.
BioShock's
a great game.
Yeah, great game.
Great.
Have you ever observed the parallels?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool.
Visually, and
yeah. BioShock, if anyone's ever played it, has not played it, is about. Actually, it's way too much to explain.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's way too deep.
I can't. I was gonna give it 2-sentence synopsis. And I was like, what am I on about, bro? Clearly, I've not played the game extensive enough to really give a good synopsis. But
I have some closing words after you're ready. I think.
Yeah. Let's hear them.
I mean, books are great. You can there's memoirs and stuff where you can learn about other people's real worlds. There's nonfiction stuff where you can learn about our world, and then there's religion and spirituality things where you can learn about yourself connected and then there's fiction, which we mostly talked about, where you can learn about these universes that just exist in this small bubble away from everything, but it has that power to connect to you and to the world around you. And so that's just what's so special about them. And man, I tell him, I was like, this is going to be hard for me to narrow down. But I am very happy with both of our 5.
I don't think there's anything more important than being heard. Throughout living life, being heard is critical, and some people do not have the capability to speak their truth. And I think pen to paper or typing it out on a keyboard on your phone is important to preserve your version of a story. Everyone deserves to be heard, and I think that's why I enjoy books so much.
Yeah.
It gives people the opportunity to read other stories that, honestly, we would not have heard.
Yeah, definitely. All hail the printing press.
All hail the printing press. Who made the printing press?
Gutenberg.
Oh,
I wish I knew. Johann? Is Johann his name?
I know the nigga was making pamphlets on ex-girlfriends back in the day. And he'd be like, don't date her! And he's like, I can't read.
I just realized I bet there was some guys out there that instead of having to write their love letters out, they were stamp out 10 of these and ship them out. This is life changing, but for the wrong reason.
I would have been crazy with the stamps back in the day. Anyways, that has been a great microwave moment.
It has been.
Definitely our longest episode, but books are very important. So
let's clap out.
No, I think we should tell them real quick. Tell us down below about your favorite books. Tell us down below that books that you were made to read in high school that you hated.
Thank goodness he remembered an outro, because I have a question too. I'd like to know if you've read or heard of any of our books, and then what you think about them and what we've had to say tonight. Yeah.
First person that talks about Jurassic Park, I will be shipping a free copy.
Reminder.
Yes. You're gonna have to DM me or something, but comment down below that you've not read Jurassic Park and you're interested, and we'll make it happen. Read it, and you have to let me know what you think. All right, now I'm ready to clap.
Now it's a microwave moment.
Absolutely. Ready?
We've done that.